Hey, this is JC from Life Music Love Radio, and we are here with K.Flay.
What up?
Thanks for joining us.
Of course, it's my pleasure.
This is awesome. We're here at your apartment, and I got to tell you that I love your decorating.
Thank you.
I noticed there was like a bullet hole in the door as we walked in.
That's right.
You're hardcore.
I am hardcore. I didn't think I was. I live next to a church, so I feel like we're protected somehow.
You are hardcore. You're about as hardcore as they get. So let's talk a little bit about you got an album out, sort of like an EP, right?
Yeah, well, I released an album like on my own way back in the day. Well, not way back, like 3.5 years ago in college when I first got started with this. And that I just like put out on my own, sold it out of my dorm room at my shows, that kind of thing. Then I released a mixtape, which is just like a compilation of songs that I had been working on for the year or so after that. And now I'm working on a more quote-unquote official kind of K.Flay release with Amp Live, who's one half of Zion I, and he's a really dope producer. So I'm excited.
That's awesome. I was listening to some of your songs on your MySpace, and the collaborations between you and Zion I seem to get the most responses.
Yeah, I mean, they have a huge fan base in the Bay, and it's like, honestly, when I first got in touch with Amp, he actually got in touch with me, I was like freaking out because when I came to California for school, I was introduced to Zion I and was like, I just dug their music. I was a huge fan, saw all these shows, and so when he like contacted me, my roommate at the time made fun of me. I was like freaking out. I was so nervous calling him back, but it's really been an honor. And we were just down in Austin for South by Southwest, and I performed with them and just rolled with them, and it was great. It was really fun. Yeah.
So tell me how this whole thing began. Like, what motivated you to basically, because you're going to Stanford, right? Are you finished with that yet?
I'm done with
You're
Stanford.
done with Stanford.
Done with Stanford. Yeah.
So you were the Stanford student, hardcore rapper chick.
That's right. Well, I don't know about the hardcore.
Some people are baristas at Starbucks. You were.
That's true.
A rapper.
Well, I had always been like a little bit musical in my life. I knew how to play the guitar, and I was in like, a band when I was younger, which was basically us just kind of making sort of noise in a basement. But I was never super serious about any kind of music stuff. I got to school very tail end of my freshman year. I was chatting with my RA, Sam. We were chatting about like rap music, and I was kind of joking, like, it's gotten to the point with a lot of commercial rap, like a girl like me, just some random girl who's 19, 18, could write a song, and if someone else sang it, it would come off as kind of like legit. And so he was like, do it. You should write a rap song. And that's sort of how it came about. And I just started, I recorded something in the dorm that everyone got a big kick out of. And that kind of led to me actually thinking seriously about music, not just like kind of parroting things. Mm-hmm. And I bought a MIDI controller and a crappy program, and that summer kind of like taught myself through agonizing trial and error how to like make beats. And that's kind of how it grew out of that.
And you caught the eye of MC Lars, who's sort of now your producer / mentor.
Yeah, I mean, we don't do any like production stuff really. He's 2 years or 3 years above me or whatever. I think 2 years above me at Stanford, and he actually the RA who got me kind of started on this stuff. He was the one who introduced me to MC Lars. So we kind of, when he's playing shows in the area or vice versa, we try to hook up and play together. And I've done some guest spots on some of his projects, which has been fun. I did a little bit of production on his album and just did a remix for him for the Australian release of his album. So, it's cool. He's a really great guy. He's super creative, super smart, and a really nice person. You guys already interviewed him,
Yeah,
right?
we had him in last month, actually. Yeah. So what's in store? What can people expect from K.Flay for 2009?
People can expect, they can expect an EP to come out.
Yeah.
And that's going to, a lot of people are like, hey, when's it coming out, whatever. We've got a lot of songs recorded. It's just about, like, finding the right balance because my music's kind of been shifting from, like, super kind of, like, electronic elements to me incorporating a lot more organic stuff because I do play the guitar. And I do like writing songs kind of along that vein and incorporating singing and stuff. So what Amp and I have been working on, and he's like basically the executive kind of producer of the project. And, you know, we're just like trying to find a way to integrate kind of like synths that are really like hard and electronic drums with like actually organic things and singing. And you know, it's like you got to find that right balance, because I want to, with the EP, show people a little bit of like everything that I can do, so they sort of, you know, if they're more into the hip hop rap kind of thing, they're feeling it. If they're more into, I don't even know what the genre would be. It's not rock, but it's like
sort of a fusion.
Yeah.
You know, like a mashable type fusion.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
And,
No,
you know, there's artists out there kind of doing stuff like that. That's sort of what I'm trying to do. We'll see. Who the heck knows? You know what I mean? It's an adventure.
No, that's awesome. Speaking of adventure, are you guys going to go out? Are you going to go out on tour? Can people expect K.Flay in their hometown anytime soon?
Yes, they can expect K.Flay at some point. I'm still kind of working out some things for the summer, so nothing's kind of set in stone yet, but I should, you know, I'm working on the live set right now, just like jamming it out, getting it kind of ready to rock and roll. So hopefully this summer, definitely like West Coast. Don't know how far past the Mississippi I'm going to make it, but we'll try. I'm originally from Illinois, so I'd like to get back to the Midwest and do some shows out there for sure.
But so the EP is going to come out this year?
Yes.
Okay, when can people expect that?
Probably the fall, realistically speaking.
Yeah.
I mean, what I've learned is everything takes longer than you think it will.
Yep.
So probably the fall. You know, I'd like to get it out there as soon as possible. One thing, though, fans can definitely look out for is kind of, the three of us actually, before we even started this, we're talking about, like, labors of love and just, like, doing things for the fun of it.
Yeah.
I'm working on a mixtape that's just kind of, it's K.Flay, but it's just kind of like me just doing what I like to do. So people can expect that in a month or so, month or two. So that's just me, like, taking beats that I've been working on, crazy things that are kind of like B-sides, and just messing with it and releasing it for people. So I'll probably make that available by June or so, depending on kind of what's going on. I've been busy with work, but work sucks.
Work does suck. I agree.
Yeah.
So you being a woman in the scene, do you find it's harder for you to get through, or is that just not an issue?
Well, it's kind of like a blessing and a curse. So it's a blessing in the fact that there's like a novelty factor when I get up on stage. I mean, most shows that I play at, I'm the only girl. Most times I'm rolling with other musicians. I'm one of few girls, if there are any others. So there is, like, you know, you see a girl up on stage, people are more likely to kind of pay attention. So that's sort of the good part about it. It initially gets people sort of attracted to the music. But on the flip side, there's a lot of kind of like machismo in the hip-hop community. And, you know, that's just sort of a fact of life. And I think it's true in many parts of the music world in general.
Sure.
So, you know, it's about kind of proving your worth, I guess. And, you know, if you're putting out a good product, I think people are going to feel it either way. And I'm not trying to be like a super hardcore, like Eminem freestyle battle MC.
What, with a bullet in your door? I mean, come on. You have a legitimate case for it, though.
That's true. But, you know, and I'm just kind of, what I'm trying to do is just put something out that expresses who I am and that people can feel. So I think, you know, being a girl, like I say, you know, it's good and bad, but I think mostly it's a good thing. I mean, girls rule, boys drool. So at the end of the day, I mean, I don't even.
There she goes.
That's what I'm talking about.
So let's go ahead and plug your website. What website can people go to?
Website is K.Flay.com. That is KFLAY.com. If you didn't know how to spell com, you're in trouble, my friend.
Yeah.
You got internet woes.
Call K.Flay. She can help. She tutors kids, too. So
that's
call her.
True.
If you can't spell .com, writer, right? That makes a lot of sense, right?
Huh?
Huh?
Oh, yeah. Yes. You should call me. Also, if you need help, like, understanding special right triangles or...
Obtuse triangles?
Oh, yeah. Obtuse angles, stuff like that. I mean, combinations, permutations, functions. Just hit me up. Logarithms.
Wow. brains and a rapper.
Watch
He's a total
out.